Hey everybody, my name's Gene and I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. I've been working in the industry for about 15 years. I was walking around my local craft store the other day where I'd like to just walk around and get some ideas, get some inspirations, and I saw this fantastic new line of products that's Girl Scout foam. Now the great parts about this Girl Scout foam, and I'll go into this a little bit later, is that it's real easy to work with. It's real simple to cut for small hands who are working with maybe safety scissors for the first time. And actually, for you adults, this is actually something that safety scissors can get through quite easily. Because if you've used safety scissors, and I've used it quite a bit, or you've used them quite a bit, because I guess it's a them and not an it, which is really weird because it's only one device. Nonetheless, sometimes it's really hard to cut things with safety scissors because they purposely make them a little bit dull. So it's difficult sometimes to get through paper, but man, this foam is amazing. So let's jump in and get started. I'll show you what this foam is all about. So what I have here is I have the basic Girl Scout foam kit, and you can get these wherever you normally buy your crafts. Just go and ask them for the Girl Scout foam kit. They actually have quite a big selection at my local craft store. So I got the bare bones basic one. This is the most popular kit. And it comes with its idea guide, but it really doesn't tell you too much. It really doesn't give you anything other than pictures. Fortunately, most of the stuff is really simple, but what I'm going to show you today is how to actually make something step by step, because the idea guide, all it does is give you a couple of pictures and it says, hey, here are some ideas. So what we're going to do now is we are going to make a s'more. Now, I realize we are not at a campfire and this is not marshmallow, it's foam, and sadly it's not chocolate or graham crackers, it's just foam. But here's how we're going to do. We're going to take one of the beige ones for the top, one of the beige ones for the bottom. Then we're going to grab some chocolate and, of course, our marshmallow filling. Now, I'm probably going to use 2 of these white ones for the marshmallow filling just to give it a little bit of width. And what you want to do is first, we're going to make the beige ones look like graham crackers. And the way we do that is I'm just going to get a marker. And you want to draw a line right down the center that is like a symmetrical dashed line, because as anybody who's ever seen graham crackers, that's what you get. And then think about looking at some dice and looking at the number 5. And what you want to do is on each side, you want to make basically squares with these dots. So if I connected all these dots, I'd have 3 squares, and then put 1 dot in the center of each. Okay, and do the same exact thing on the other side in the same spots. There we go. And we get the basic graham cracker. Now we do the same thing with the other one. Now, even though we're going to cover this one up, it's not all going to be covered. So you want to make sure that you have enough detail in there, just so it looks like you know what you're doing. So it doesn't look like you got lazy. All right, so we have basically our 2 graham crackers, and if it was in a package, here's how it would come. So we just break that graham cracker in half, and we're good. Now, marshmallows are basically, when you squish them down, they're going to be mostly round. So just take one of these. I'm going to take one right now. And you want to use as much as you can, because you don't really want to waste any. I'm going to go as pretty much as close to the edge as possible, and don't worry about drawing on here. This is just a guideline, because we're going to cut out the edges. I've never seen a square marshmallow. And get your safety scissors. I'm going to put 2 of these together when I cut, so I only have to cut once, and they'll be the exact same shape. Okay, here we go. Put them 2 together. In fact, you may want to just glue this ahead of time. Glue them together. Actually, yeah, no, you can glue them together. I was thinking that I didn't want to show the construction lines, but as long as we put the construction lines on the bottom, then you can totally glue these together in advance and still cut along your construction lines. Now, one of the great things about this Girl Scout foam, if you've worked with a lot of foam, this Girl Scout foam is really, 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 and I stress again here, really easy to cut. Actually, I'm gonna trim these a little more because I forgot momentarily that we have to use our chocolate. So let's just trim this down a little bit more. Really easy to cut. I mean, it's almost a joy to cut. It's that simple. It's almost as though I'm cutting an actual marshmallow. All right, not really, because the actual marshmallow wouldn't be coming off in this line here, or even if it would, I would be eating all the excess, but I wouldn't eat this foam if I were you. So, with this glued together, with our trusty glue stick. Now we have our marshmallow, and then you just want to cut kind of an irregular shape out with the darker brown and make sure it's all kind of curvy, because the chocolate sort of goes every which way. Now you're going to be putting a square of chocolate on, but everybody knows that chocolate melts and it's kind of smeary, so don't worry about getting everything exact. Just make sure you cut off all the jagged edges if you can. There you go. Okay, so there's one. And here's two. And again, you can see I didn't even use construction lines with this. Just make sure everything is sort of round. It can be totally irregular because chocolate, when it's melting, flows in every direction. You just want to make sure that you cut enough off the edge that it's not necessarily going to run all the way to the edge of your graham cracker. And now the reason that we put the dots even on the bottom one is because when we put this chocolate here, you notice some of the dots actually show through. So we put the chocolate, and then the marshmallow, and then the chocolate, and then the other graham cracker, and we glue it all together. I'd even put that off center a little bit so you can see the bottom graham cracker. Glue it all together, and you've got this fantastic 3D foam sculpture that you can make with your child. It's very safe and very easy to do. So there's your introduction to Girl Scout foam, and if you go to your local craft store, if they don't have it, you can probably recommend that they pick it up because I'm sure it'll sell really well. It's fantastic for younger children, and they have several different kits. You might be able to get them online, but if you want to offer your local craft store the business, then go there. I'm all about supporting local businesses. But they have kits with larger sized foam. They have kits with a little bit smaller sized foam. They have buttons, they have beads, they have all sorts of accessories that you can use to add to the foam, or you can just use your own buttons from home, your own beads, if you have, a little craft desk like I have at home. So something that's real easy for little kids to get their fingers around, and something that's very safe. Highly, highly recommend this product. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Get creative. This foam is fantastic. Just experiment all the time with it. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.